Okay. Who is JoeWoo?
Why don't you tell the people who JoeWoo is?
All right. Joseph F. Woo Rychalsky. I say it right?
You got it.
There you go. Or better known as JoeWoo.
Woo!
The world's all-in coach. Now, he has a proven track record of entrepreneurship and is the founder of JoeWoo.com and the co-founder of AllInMortgage.com. JoeWoo's entrepreneurial journey started at the tender age of 6 when he set up a mobile lemonade stand in his red Flyer wagon pull, John.
Welcome, Joe.
Right.
What is up, guys? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Glad
for
to be
coming,
here.
man. All right.
Yeah, man. So let's get right to it, right? Because you did mention I'm an entrepreneur as well,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And your journey goes all the way back to 6 years old.
Yes.
There are actually some people who know right away that they're going to be a business owner. They're going to have their own business, right? When did that start to ring bells in your mind? I mean, obviously at 6.
At 3,
you're already-
at 3 years old.
I mean,
you had to plan it out, right?
You're going to get younger than 6, but
I was doing it at 6. So I had the lemonade stand at 6 years of age, and then I got my working papers at age 13. I worked at a retirement home. I had a paper route in Chicago. So I was always working. And I guess where I really saw I was an entrepreneur was always creating things, like creating a lemonade stand, a paper route, trying to figure out how do I get these papers delivered to people better.
Right.
And then just following suit of my dad. My dad always took me to his office, and I saw how he worked and how he handled things, and I just fell in love with being in business and an entrepreneur. So that's how it started.
Yeah. You got to see it first.
Yes.
yeah, you have to, yeah.
Got to visualize.
You got to see someone doing it.
Right.
So, like, even with that, Shaq, when you became an entrepreneur, what was that like for you when you decided?
Oh, it was scary, right? So I did 20 years in corporate America as an accountant, and at one point I just realized that it was no longer the path for me.
Okay.
Right? I saw my own value. And listen, the one thing I do have to say that I say when I speak to students at the College of Business, when I speak to big brothers, big sisters, is entrepreneurship isn't for everyone.
Right.
But everybody wants it.
But everyone wants it until they see what goes on day to day behind the scenes and take out the social media. It's not all glitz and glamour.
Right.
Right. And for me, it was the decision that I made that I said I needed to leave corporate America and venture out on my own. Now, did I have it all planned out?
Do we all? Do any of us have it planned out?
And it's hard because the nature of business, it shifts.
Yeah. Did you have it planned out?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm throwing darts at a board blindfold, so that's how it was. I just knew I wanted to do something and get into be an entrepreneur and be my own boss, basically. After every couple years in corporate, I was getting displaced or the business was selling and it was the credit card world. Then it was financials, and it was nonprofit. So I'm like, I want to be my own boss. I want to have control of my own destiny, basically, and that's it.
So tell us about All-in-One Mortgage. Is that the first one that started?
So that's really the first one. So my JoeWoo business kind of came up the rear. I've always had that, but the All-in Mortgage is really the first business I helped build by myself. We have a co-founder as well, business partner, but we were in the mortgage business a couple of years and felt we could do things so much better, really serve the people, really help people as best as possible, not screw people over, just have the great communication, the social presence, and help educate people and help educate everybody, because I felt like in the mortgage business, people were like, what is this? I'm getting into a mortgage. I've got all this money. What's my rate? And there were so many questions. So I just felt we had to really educate. So we started that. We didn't have it planned out. I mean, we just said, let's go with it. Let's see where it goes. And I came from a line of being a perfectionist. I always wanted to script things out. And finally, I flipped it and said, you just got to do it. You got to, no matter what, with the fear and everything, you just got to get out there and do it, push yourself. And at some point, you have the vision, you'll see it work out and get there.
Nice.
That's how it was.
So where does the wrestling aspect come in? The JoeWoo. Where does that? I mean, you have to tell the people because I mean, ever since I can't stop saying it.
Right? I know you've been saying it all morning. It's
very
great.
catchy. So please explain how JoeWoo originated.
I appreciate it. That's a great question, and a lot of people ask me that. So like, where did you get JoeWoo? How does this make sense? It doesn't make sense. So back when I was in corporate America. Things were struggling in 2007, 2008. The financial markets were collapsing. The housing market collapsed. So it was like a financial services firm. And everybody was panicking. We had mass layoffs. And I was cool, calm, and collective. And my boss just kept saying, you're the first one in, last one out. Your attitude is unflappable. You're even keel. You're not getting upset. You're running circles around some directors. What are you doing? And he goes, you're like this Joe Cool guy. But he's like, there's Joe Cool. I can't call you that. So the next meeting we had, I can't figure this out. He's like, you're Joe Cool, but he's like, you got this woo about you. And just like that, he went woo. And he's like, JoeWoo, and that's it. And that's how it stuck. So it's really cool. That's it.
JoeWoo.
That's it.
Joe, what you do?
JoeWoo. It could
threw
be
him
Joe
off.
Wu-Tang if you hang out with me.
That's
That's
it.
enough.
Or get into wrestling.
Oh,
Ric
there.
Flair, go,
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. There you go.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
all jokes in the corner, right?
Right.
So it takes, that personality is good to have in the business field. But going back to the whole piece where you left corporate America, right? How was that decision for you? How long ago was that? And what advice do you have anybody who might be sitting in your position right now behind the desk and they're watching JoeWoo? What will you tell
Wait a
them?
minute, what, Joe who?
Woo! Woo! I got to take it low. I know Tim doesn't like when I get too
That's
loud.
why we got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So the decision was in about 2015. So I was working for a corporate giant, and they had started to lay off people. A merger didn't work, and I was there a year and a half. Like, hey, we're letting all of you guys go. And I remember sitting with a friend. I said, I'm just tired. Every couple of years, like putting myself out of business, basically. I want to be my own boss. So the friend said, hey, why don't you get into the mortgage business? I'm like, mortgage business? What's really that? What do I do? And he's like, you could be your own boss, do your own thing. He's like, I love the content you put out there, so just go do your thing. And that's how it started. So I got into it. I learned for a couple of years, and then, like I said, back in 2018, 2019, started thinking, I just want to be my own boss. I just want to do this. I know I can do it better. I can do it great.
Right.
And when COVID hit, it's like that's when the switch flipped, basically. I said, I want to go do it. Right. And you have to go all in. And that's why I call myself the all-in coach, because that's been my whole philosophy with life. Back to the lemonade stand in the wagon. I went all in. I was filling the lemonade up. I was up at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning for the kids out there playing hockey, and wheeled up the lemonade. And I kept going, and I kept working hard. So you have to just go on. That's the biggest thing. I see so many entrepreneurs, they'll start and half-ass it. They'll go, oh, I'll put a couple pieces of content out. Why is it not working? It's not working. I'm not getting any engagement. I've been doing video for 10 years. It took me about a good year to get people to know who I was and actually start engaging in my videos. So really, if you're going to get into any kind of business as an entrepreneur, you have to go all in. You can't half-ass it. You can't just do it as like a hobby. It has to be serious. And know that you're going to fall flat on your rear end all the time. You're going to get hit. You're going to get knocked down every single day. I mean, even coming here this morning, my car light goes on. It's like, hey, you have a problem. There's something going on with your engine. And I'm like, I got to get here, though. I'm going to figure it out. And that's my mindset now is no matter what, if I have to walk from wherever I'm at, it's going to happen. So
go all in.
That's all in. That's the big thing.
That's the biggest thing. And let me ask you, with that all-in mentality comes a lot of training.
Yes.
Right? Comes a lot of training. And did that training have anything to do that you received with like walking on coals?
That is part of it, yes. So I was back in 2005, 2006, I was having some financial challenges, and I really wanted to grow and learn. So I went to a Tony Robbins event and started walking on fire, and I fell in love with it because it was so empowering, and I felt like if I could walk on fire, I could really do anything. And so I actually went for training, and now I actually help thousands of people walk over hot coals and just see them have these amazing experiences. So, and that's part of the entrepreneurship. I'm giving back. I'm serving people. I'm helping them grow, helping them get past all the crap that they've been through, like me. And it's just a wonderful thing. So
how do you go from training to teaching now how to walk on coals? You're there as a student,
right?
And now
you have some rough feet.
Yeah, true.
You got to be tough.
I don't like pedicures, but my wife's like, hey, get the pedicures. Your feet will look good. So, but the biggest thing for training is it just again goes back to that mindset. You have to really know you want to do it, and I fell in love with it, and I just wanted to help people. So the training really involves preparing for a great event for people, making it safe, and really ensuring that it's not about you, because I see so many entrepreneurs are like, oh, look at me, I got this great show, I got this wonderful thing, I'm the guru, I got the headset on and I'm walking around, but you got to really say, how can I help you? How can I serve you? What are the problems you're having? How can we solve those for you?
Right.
And when you do that, and then you put the metaphor of walking on the fire, because everybody has fires no matter what it is, but it's really not about that hot fire. It's about what's past there. How can you get past all that BS and all that crap to get to the other side and have that wonderful success? And when you do that, it's such an amazing experience. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Would you walk on coals?
I can't.
I got to get you to do it. You have to now.
Do it.
Yeah,
I would do it. I would do it because I think that definitely life transforming after that.
So I thought this was all metaphorical. Like, I didn't realize you were actually talking about walking up.
It is.
When is the next time you guys doing it? 'Cause I would love to do it and film and bring the film crew.
So we have November 16th. So we're doing it for
that's
realtors.
fast.
Yeah, that's
smell
soon.
like-
We're doing them.
It smell like barbecue. If your feet is on that fire, brother.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love it.
It's
I love
like
it.
a barbecue out here, man. You don't want your feet on that fire.
We're gonna have food, so there you go. We might even bring a barbecue now that you
yeah.
mentioned it. I love
Oh,
it. So,
my goodness.
but we do them periodically,
Get
a couple
out.
times a year. I have a Ignite Foundation as well that
Okay.
I help serve people, and we give back to people and help victims that have had serious
Oh,
things
nice.
too. So that's a big part of it, and that's where a lot of that comes from too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So November 18th.
November 16th.
November
yes. Yep, it's
16th.
a Thursday night. Yep. Down in Middletown, we're doing that. And we're helping realtors kind of break through barriers because right now in the business, it's hell. The mortgage business and real estate is nuts.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just really quick, speaking of today,
Yes.
right, walking on fire, I heard something briefly this morning regarding realtors and commissions that are changing.
Yes.
So can you speak about that really quick?
that's a whole
just in
nother
case
show.
Anybody wants to
That's a
get
whole
it,
nother
but
show.
that is deep.
What is it?
You got a minute.
okay,
You got a minute
come
on that.
on, let me hear it,
I don't
let me
know.
hear it.
I don't know all the details, but I know that there's a shift with the buyer's agents where they're not wanting to have them get the commissions on the loan. So because realtors on buyer and seller side get a commission for each loan, so or each transaction basically. So that's being toyed around with going away. So that's gonna upset the industry. But again, you got to have that right mindset to deal with that.
Yeah. So everything that you have going on, right?
Right.
It all ties back to serving.
Yes.
Right. And especially like when you're a realtor, a lot of realtors look at other realtors as competition.
Right.
Right. So you're having an event that to get these realtors in the right. Wow. That's.
And you said it best. It's really about serving, and that's kind of the core of my why. Once you have that, you have your why. I know it's part of my family, helping create that generational wealth, but it's also about serving and leaving a dent in the universe. How do I help somebody?
Yeah.
And even if it's something like a smile, put on a smile on somebody's face, or I'm just walking by and I see somebody struggling and pick up the bag or they drop something, I'm the guy that's going to run and help them out, pick up whatever they dropped, and hope they have a great day. And that's the main thing.
Wow. That's not the core of your why. That's the core of your woo.
That's it. The woo. Oh, I
There you
like
go,
that.
The woo. I
like
got
that.
you, man. Don't worry. I'm
like
writing
it.
that up. I'll put that in my invoice.
There you go.
But seriously,
Here's the credit card.
this was amazing.
I don't know what I don't do. Woo. The woo.
Woo! Listen, at the end of the day, like you said, it's back to service, right? It's
Right.
back to the community. Some people might look at this as just entrepreneurship, but what you're really doing is giving back and helping
Right.
people to find their own journey and their path. So we thank you for that. We appreciate you having it on the plaza. And give him his 30 seconds. Let him do what
Go
he
ahead. All right. So that's your camera right there.
All right.
Get your
Tell,
woo on.
tell everybody what you want them to know about woo.
That's it. So it's JoeWoo. So I appreciate the opportunity and time on here today. It's been great. So we have a firewalk event coming up on November 16th. My JoeWoo business, I'm actually starting to speak internationally, which is great. It will be virtual, but I'm actually speaking to New Era University in the Philippines. I think 1,000 students about mindset, mortgages, and things like that. We've got firewalks coming up, and I'll be launching in the next year, in 2024, the JoeWoo, the 365 mindset shift to help people get a better mindset. So I'm excited about everything that's going on.
Get your woo on.
That's it.
Get your
You
woo on.
done gave him a whole
I'm
brand
gonna.
name.
We can run with this all day.
I
all
love this.
day.
I know. I'm sitting
Yeah,
here like,
man.
man, we got to talk
Get
after the
your
show.
I got you.
What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host.
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
Which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.